Hello everybody, gonna do a little shooting today, gonna bring you guys along. I'm really excited about what I got going on today. So what we're shooting is the North American Arms Guardian 32 ACP. Hopefully you guys seen my other video on this. I'll tell you, this is a neat little gun. I've actually been carrying this guy a little bit over the last couple weeks. Just inside the pocket holster here. I bought this holster for my Beretta Tomcat. It worked for this guy. It's almost a little bit big. That's interesting that this gun is actually that much smaller than a Tomcat, because the Tomcats are quite small. But you know, I wanted to try it. You know, I did some testing on it with the previous video, and I thought, before I put a lot of effort into it, I want to carry it for a minute. I'll tell you what, guys, this thing just disappears in your pocket. I carried it, you know, we live in rural America. You know, we're about 2 hours from Salt Lake City, Utah, and you know, when we go shopping, we go, you know, any medical visits, whatever, we spend a lot of time up there. So this is the gun I carry when I go to what I'm going to call the city. It disappears in my pocket. It is great. It's even that step above as far as just comfort in carrying over the Tomcat. So the problem is, I don't have any premium ammo tested for it. I've just tested some of I had some just store-bought FMJs and some of my hand loads. And it seems to function good. It didn't like some of that store-bought ammo, but it likes my hand loads good. So I think I'm onto something that way. But you know, we all talk about in the concealed carry world, if you're going to concealed carry, you should use factory ammo, and I am in that camp. There's, you know, differences of opinion on that. My belief is, if I'm going to concealed carry, I'm going to have premium factory ammo. So we'll talk about the ammo we're going to shoot today. This is a double tap brand ammo. Hopefully you guys can see that. 32 ACP, 60 grain, lead-free bullet. So I think it's a solid copper bullet, kind of into like a Barnes, that kind of design of a bullet. 60 grain. They're advertising this is 960 out of a 2.5 inch barrel. This barrel is shorter than that, so it's going to be a little bit shorter. So the video today, to lay out what we're going to do on the video, first of all, I'm set at 25 yards. I'm going to shoot on paper. If it's relatively accurate, if it, you know, I've only got this one box here, and so I'm not going to do a bunch of groups with it. I'm going to shoot 3 shots. If it seems to group reasonably well, point of impact's reasonable, then the next thing I'm going to do is shoot it in some ballistics gel. So the gist of 32 ACP, and this is coming from the Underwood ammo side of the world, that screwdriver tip is not designed to expand. It just penetrates that hydraulic shock, whatever displacement makes that bullet effective, and I'm game for that. Let's see, I do have some of those today. Maybe when we get done with this, we'll shoot some of those too, just for fun. But anyway, I'm so curious to see if this guy expands in ballistics gel. I've tried some other hull points and they just don't. They're just going too slow. They don't have the power, whatever. So anyway, we're gonna shoot 3 shots on paper, 25 yards. Then we'll do the ballistics gel test if they even function through the gun. So here we go. Okay, we're gonna go check the target. I'll tell you guys, that thing has got some snap to it. That is, can you say a full house load when you're talking 32 ACP because they're so small? But compared to my hand loads, them guys got some snap to them. So I'm really curious on the accuracy. Let's go check the target. Okay, well, I am pleasantly surprised here. So here's my point of impact. We talk about 6 o'clock sight hold. So this gun shoots a little higher. I wish this group was down here a little bit, but I'm okay with it. I am actually just fine with that. Look at the group. That's a 4-inch group at 25 yards with that tiny gun. I'm telling you guys, I am very satisfied with that. Let's go ahead and mark them. Okay, well, I am super happy with those groups. You know, we just have to be realistic here. That guy's got a 1-inch barrel, something like that. Shooting a 4-inch group at 25 yards, I mean, left and right's about right. The center of that group is about 6 or 8 inches above point of aim. You think about a defensive situation, I don't think that's going to matter. I mean, would I like it better? Yeah, you know, maybe, and maybe over time I'll get ambitious and try to do something with that front sight and lower that down a little bit and, you know, put some white sight paint on it. I don't know. But I think today I'd be very confident taking that gun as a defensive gun. So I'm really curious on these hollow points. I got a ballistics gel box set up here. I apologize. You know, this ballistic gel stuff's not cheap, and I reuse it and it becomes a little bit dark, but it'll work. So apologize for that. Hopefully you guys don't hate me too much for it, but I'll set the camera up. We're gonna shoot one through there and we'll see how it expands. Of course, we'll measure the penetration, all that kind of stuff. So I'm super excited about this ammo. Okay guys, you can see the entry right here. Within an inch or two, you can see the wound channel. Hopefully you guys can see that. Has really opened up, and there's the bullet. We're gonna fish it out with some tweezers, but that's about a 10-inch penetration. I don't think you got to be undergunned with that. We'll get that bullet out of there and see what it looks like. Okay, well, here's the bullet. Hope you guys see that. I'm gonna say perfect bullet performance. Perfect. Those pedals folded back exactly the way they should. The shank, it all stayed in perfect form. You know, I've tested a few bullets on the 32 and none of them will expand. I don't want to throw Hornady under the bus, but it seemed like their Hornady XTP would not expand in the ballistics gel. It just stayed together. You know, there's a lot of people that are putting layers of denim over it. Maybe that would change it. I'm gonna just say this is a premium self-defense round in the 32 ACP. I am happy as a clam with it. So anyway, check out Double Tap Ammo, the good Utah company. You know, met those folks down at the SHOT Show. I'll tell you, for me personally, I want to support these smaller companies that are trying to make a go of it. You think in today's ammunition world, gun world, anybody that has enough gumption to try to build a company on their own, man, I'll tell you, I just got to give them credit and try to support them. For me, this is a great self-defensive ammo for the 32 ACP. I could not be happier with it. So we're going to wrap it up for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe.